Alright people, so I'm here with your top 10 WWE underrated superstars, and this is a requested video, and if you want to request a video, ask me on Twitter at WWE Heel Punk, or comment in the one of my YouTube videos below. So, and don't comment on one of the ones where I had like a million views, because I don't look at all of the comments on the stupidest moments in WWE video that I made, because there's just so many. I don't look at all of them. So try to comment on one of the ones that I have less. So again, on this, not again, but on this video, I know I said top 10, but I didn't really feel like ranking them, so I just put them, all the names in a hat here. So I'm just gonna randomly draw out names and name them off, or not name them off, but describe why they are underrated. And when I say underrated, I mean because I made a video top 10 overrated superstars, and a lot of people are like, oh, he's not overrated. What I mean by overrated, and I don't think everybody understood what I meant by overrated in that when I made the overrated video in the past. What I mean by underrated in this video is top 10 underrated people, but by the IWC, on the internet wrestling community, on Twitter, on YouTube. That's what I mean by underrated, not by who's underrated by WWE. That would be a long list of people, but who's underrated by the internet wrestling community, not by WWE management themselves. So the first name, let's just draw a random name out of the list, is Charlotte. Charlotte from NXT. Now I think, again, not many people have seen Charlotte, but I wanted to put Charlotte on this list because, again, I don't think many people have seen her in NXT. I don't think a lot of people watch NXT. But I've watched, I think, 2 of her matches. They've both been really good matches. She had a match with Bayley. She had a match with Natalya, too, that I watched, and they were both really good matches. And people might think, oh, she's just feeding off of Flair's coattails. No, that's not the case here. She's a legitimately good wrestler who's got legitimately good moves, and she's not feeding off Flair's coattails. She's a legitimately good wrestler. She's not feeding off her father's coattails like an Orton. She's actually a good wrestler. So, or that's not, I'm not ranking them or anything. So I usually say that when I'm listing, when I do a list, I'll usually describe them and then say number that is that, So I'm in a bad habit here, people. So let's just move on to the next one here. Is Michael Cole. And when I say top I mean WWE people in general. It could be a manager, it could be a diva, it could be a wrestler, it could be a commentator, it could be an interviewer, whatever. That's what I mean by whatever. I'm including everybody in WWE in this list. So Michael Cole. Michael Cole is, I think he's held back because I think, they're telling Vince McMahon or whoever, Kevin Dunn is telling them to say whatever they want to be said, and they're not giving Michael Cole, JBL Waller enough freedom on the mic there when they're commentating. And Michael Cole was really funny as a heel too, so I think they really fucked up when they made him a babyface. He became more boring. If you watch some of his funniest heel moments, he's really fucking funny. So that's why I think a lot of people are, oh, Michael Cole sucks. Well, he's obviously got a lot of charisma, because if you watch when he was a heel, he was actually really funny. Alright, let's move on here to the next one. The next one is Seth Rollins. I think a lot of people think Seth Rollins is good, but I don't think a lot of people really like him that much. But I think he's got talent. I just don't think he's got to get something that makes him like exciting, like Bray Wyatt has a good character and shit, so a lot of people like him. Or the Shield. I mean, they just had a good presence. They just had something about him that made him seem, just kind of more superior, I guess, to a lot of people. And like Bray Wyatt, he has a good character, kind of a good creepy character, but like Seth Rollins, he's just a bad guy. He's just a heel. He's not really given any specific character, so that's why I think where he lacks and how people don't like him. He doesn't really have kind of the X factor, I guess, is what you call it. But he is a good wrestler, and he does cut good promos, but he doesn't really have anything that puts him over the line and makes him like a really exciting guy. But I still think he's got a lot of talent. John Cena. Did I say a number on Seth Rollins? I don't know if I fucking did. But I put like, I listed the 1, 2, 3, 4, so I could just put them down so I could keep track. So if I list a number, I don't mean that in any way or respect to ranking them or anything. I just because when I was writing them down on my note card, I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I just listed them on in no particular order. So if I say the number on accident, I mean it's just a habit of mine. I've done a lot of these top 10 videos. I don't mean it. So yeah, but number whatever. Next guy is John Cena. John, and this might be surprising to some people, but there's a lot of people in the WWE universe, IWC, who hate John Cena, hate everything he does, and that's simply not true in my opinion. I think he's a good wrestler in some scenarios. I think he puts on some real classic matches, and every once in a while you get actually a good promo from him too. So I think people don't give him credit enough. When he's actually got talent, I think if they turned him heel, he would actually be a very entertaining character. But he's just given, he's kind of like the wrong guy, wrong place, wrong time kind of sort of guy. So I think he's got talent. I think he's a good guy in real life. But I think he's just given this very shitty gimmick to deal with and given the face of the company. He doesn't deserve it. But that doesn't mean he doesn't have talent. And sometimes he thrives. Sometimes he's really great. And when he is great, I think he deserves it. And a lot of people don't give him that credit. Next is JBL. JBL is a guy who I think a lot of people like him, but I think they don't realize again how good he could be on commentary because I think he's again held back a lot by Vince McMahon. If you go back and watch some of his commentary from when he first came back, I think he's been from that time on to now. I think he's been held back a lot because I remember him arguing with Michael Cole a lot. Now they don't really argue. They still argue, but I mean, he was still more entertaining. I think, you know, because I was watching some of the CM Punk pay-per-views where he was champion. And JBL's commentary during Punk's entrances was like really good. Now it's pretty not good. It's not really that good. So I think, you know, JBL deserves more praise than he gets. And like if you watch his promos at ECW One Night Stand, I mean those are just fucking epic promos where he points to like the guy, he's like, "Hey fat ass," you know, you could be ECW. There's very good promos there. You know, and that takes a lot of composure when people are chanting like fuck you," to really keep your composure and cut a good promo. So JBL deserves a lot of credit, and I don't think people give him enough credit maybe because again, I mean, it appears he's not as great as he is. I think he's a lot, just held back a lot. As all commentators, I think, are just held back, kind of. Next one is Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston, he can't cut a promo for his life. He can't be charismatic for his life. But I mean, he's got a good talent in the ring. I think he's a good technical wrestler. He's very athletic. He could do some crazy Royal Rumble spots. I think he deserves more credit than people give him because he's just a really good wrestler. I mean, if they gave him some manager or something, put him in a stable or a tag team or something, I think he could really be an entertaining guy. Next one, it's fucking Canadian geese outside now. Fucking distracted. Can you hear that? I don't know if anybody could hear that. Fucking Canadian geese just fucking flying around. Fuck you, Canadian geese. Get the fuck out of my video. That one time there was like a fucking bug in my way. Just randomly hear fucking Canadian. I'm like, what the fuck is that? But anyway, let's continue with this video. Next one is Miz. I think Miz can be, entertaining at times. I think he can be entertaining in the ring. He's not great or anything, but I think he's okay. Maybe even decent. So I think Miz, a lot of people, I hate the Miz. Miz fucking sucks. I think the Miz can be entertaining at times, and I think he deserves credit. Next one, Paige. Paige is a good wrestler, I think. I don't think she gets the credit she deserves because in NXT she was wrestling good matches, I think. And I think in NXT the Divas matches are a lot longer than they are in the main roster. In the main roster you get like 2 minutes on the fucking Raw or SmackDown or main event. On the pay-per-views you will usually get like 5, 10, 15 maybe. But I think that really affects their work when they're used to wrestling 10 or 15 minute matches and they go and wrestle a fucking 2 or 3 minute match. So I think people don't give Paige enough credit. I think she's a good wrestler and I think she deserves to be recognized more as a good wrestler. Next one, Titus O'Neil. A lot of people like Titus O'Neil, but I still think he should be recognized for being good because he's very charismatic. He makes me laugh. and he's not the worst wrestler either. He has some good power moves in there. Um, I think he deserves to be uh, praised a lot more than he, or at least a little more than he is, because especially his promo work and his charisma is really good, really good compared to somebody like John fucking Cena. Next one is let me get it out. No, I'm grabbing the fucking. I'm trying not to look down when I do it. I was grabbing the fucking tag on the fucking hat, but next one is Zeb Coulter. Zeb Coulter's cut some pretty good promos, I think. And pretty much I just think he deserves to be recognized as a pretty good promo guy because I think he's a pretty good manager and shit. So I think he deserves to be praised a little bit more than he is. And I think that's it. Is there any stuck in here or any that fell? I think that's all. So here you go, people. Let me just make sure I got them all here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go, people. Got them all. 10 underrated superstars of all time. Do you agree with my list? Let me know. Do you think others people should be on it? Do you think these people shouldn't have been on it? And again, let me stress this. This is underrated by the IWC, not by WWE. I can make another video on that if you want me to, but this is 10 superstars underrated by the IWC, 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 not by WWE. Get that through your heads, people, before you comment on this video and say, oh, Cena isn't underrated by WWE. He's a champion, you dumbass. No, I mean by the IWC. So here you go, people. Just don't comment on my video like, go past the cover. Don't judge a book by its cover. Actually watch the video. And a lot of, I make my CM Punk rant videos and people are like, you got a CM Punk shirt on, all, like total retards. When I state in my video I'm a fan of CM Punk, but I'm just ranting on one specific issue of Punk, it doesn't mean I don't like him. I just think sometimes he's a douchebag. And I like his on-screen character, but his off-screen character, he seems like a total jerk. It's two different things. That's why I'm, just watch the video and maybe you'll understand. So here you go, people. There's your 10 underrated superstars in WWE, underrated by the IWC. So here you go, people.